What is up, Scrubs? Welcome to part 1 of the Raging Roar set review. In part 1, we're going to be doing all the red cards. Today, I am joined by Cody Vojtech. Say hello, Cody.
What up, guys?
And we also have a special guest, Phil Plays TCG. What is up, Phil?
Oh man, I am feeling so good. And when do I get a cool intro song?
Well, I have one for you, but I didn't want to play it. So it's this.
Oh, crap baskets.
It's the only Trunks that I could find, and I know you love Trunks, so.
I was hoping you hit him with the "It's Kriller time."
Oh.
This works too.
That's a good
Let's
one.
go.
I also would have taken that.
All right, I'll do that for the next video, okay?
I like it.
All right. Yeah, thank you both for being here. All right, so for the first video, we're going to be doing the red cards, and the first card is our leader, Jiren. What it does is 15k on the front. It's just a normal leader, draw 1, but it awakens at 3. And then on the back is a 25k leader. Doesn't draw, but it says if you have a battle card with 30k power or more, you can only take up to 1 damage in each battle. And then auto, when you take a damage, draw a card. It's a really solid leader. What do you guys think?
I think in constructed, this leader is quite good. Very good actually. Aside, if you're not blue, I think this leader can walk you pretty easy. There's a lot of, like, even red has a hard time just outright killing one of the cards that make this deck like kind of good. Being a 25k in red is also like very beneficial. It's just nice to be able to conserve those extra resources when you're trying to defend. I think he's really good. I think he's just a solid leader overall. Can't be double struck if you've got a big dude on the board, and sometimes you get to block attacks going plus for free. That's really cool. Yeah, just a good leader. I think he's not very good in sealed though. I think he's going to be very, very mediocre in sealed.
I agree.
Oh yeah. Well, pretty much everything that Cody said. Before we got the full archetype list, like all the cards for red, I was like, man, Jiren kind of looks a little lackluster, even including some of its SRs. It were kind of like, they're cool, but like he mentioned, that blue kind of, does its thing over red. But seeing the rest of the set, Jiren is now kind of scary, and I am very nervous to see what kind of decks people make with him.
Yeah, I mean, if you're playing a green deck and you sit across from this guy, it's immediate nightmare. You start hyperventilating, you get the shakes. It's just bad.
That literally happened to me yesterday. Yep.
Yeah, it's just 4-drop Jiren hits the board and you're not playing the same game anymore. And if a second one gets boarded, it's bad.
Yeah, it literally turns into a different game where you just have to remove the 4-drop Jiren, or you just like start losing.
Oh yeah.
You don't get to deal any damage to the leader because, like, well, we'll talk about that later when we get to 4-drop Jiren. But yeah, I think this card is really good. It just takes a bit of setup. I think that's the biggest problem with this leader. It just takes a bit of a setup. But the biggest problem with these 25k leaders that awaken at 3 is getting double striked, like Zamasu right now. This card can't get double striked. So I think he's just really good because of that one ability.
Exactly.
All right. We also have the alternate art. I think this is pretty neat.
Ooh.
I like it way more. I like the flip side of this way more than the other one.
Can I say that I actually like the front side of this alt art leader way more than the back side of it?
Really?
Yeah, I like the front side artwork.
I actually wish this one had his other one's front side artwork with this this flipped artwork.
Yeah, I think. I don't know. I don't like the crossed arms. I like this one a little bit better.
Oh, you don't like the Gynax pose?
No,
okay,
I'm not into that.
All right.
For leaders, we're probably not going to give them like a grade. They're just not really a way to grade them. Yeah.
Yeah, I think this leader is just good. He's just very solid. Probably don't pick him in sealed, and if you do pick him in sealed, pray you get multiple 4-drop Jirens, because that'll be what makes you win. But that he's just good.
All right. First red battle card is Zoirei. 1-drop 15k. Permanent, your turn. If you have a total of 3 or more cards with Pride Trooper in their special traits among your leader and battle cards, this card gets plus 5k power.
It's Jace.
Yeah, it's Jace, and I don't think red really needs a Jace.
No, it's just Jace. It's whatever. Like archetype, it's like a C.
It looks like a
normally.
C minus ish.
Yeah, but you definitely like don't play this in any other deck other than one that's
Oh,
like
yeah.
really going heavy into Pride Troopers. Obviously, this is like a C minus card at best, and it's bad and sealed unless you open a surplus of Pride Troopers.
Yeah, I mean, at best, it's a 1-cost 20k body, which I mean is pretty scary in red in general. But yeah, the fact that you have to have at least 3 other Pride Troopers, which, depending on the deck you're going to play against. Oh yeah, I mean, yeah, I agree. It's a C plus.
All right, yeah, not much to say about it. Next, we have Tupper. It's just a 1-drop vanilla 15k, 10k combo, Universe 11. I think 1-drop vanillas are just slightly worse than the other vanillas, so I'll give it like a C minus.
Yeah, I think it has like some extra synergy in this deck, like in its archetype, but it's whatever. It's like C minus C.
Yeah, it's literally
Yeah.
just a vanilla. Yeah. All right, Margarita.
I
1-drop
love this card.
10k plus 10k combo on play. If your leader is awakened, choose one of your battle cards. It gets plus 10k power for the turn. This card seems really fun.
It's so good. It's literally just a 1-cost body that you can use to clear out lower bodies on board. Plus, it's gonna have 10k combo power, and you get to give one of your battle cards just 10k for the turn. Like, there's so much
Keep in
value
mind,
for 1 energy.
It can choose itself.
You're
So
right.
it can be a 20k swinging card for 1. You know what else requires like a whole bunch of hoops to jump through to do that? Zoyre. That card sucks. This card is
True.
good. This is just a 1-drop 20k or a 1-drop 20k combo. Like, think of it as 1 energy 20k combo, and it maintains a 10k in your hand, which
Right.
is really good. So like you could play this, give its 10k to something, swing with the card you powered up, swing with your leader, combo this on the leader, so you go like 30 and then 35 or 40 and 35 for 1 energy. That's really good rate. This card's really, really good, and I can see red decks that aren't even Pride Trooper playing this, like, or even just not Jiren playing this. This is just a fantastic card. And if we get dual attackers, like for example, if you were to play this and power up Kakunsa, this card, like Kakunsa suddenly just swings with plus 10 twice. Crazy. This is just such a good card. I think that this is like a B. Like, this is like a solid
Wow.
B tier card.
That's something. I mean, I was probably C plus, but yeah, B. Wow, that's.
I'm gonna
Yeah.
go and say it's a
praise.
B plus.
B plus.
Jeez, Phil, you're
Wow,
insane.
man. Like, this is like a B in both sealed and constructed.
I think this
card's
is.
just,
I think this is really good and limited.
yeah, like this is
yeah.
a fantastic card. Like, it's just a solidly good B tier card, and that's ideally you'd like your deck to be all B tier cards at least. So this is just a solid card. It's a 1-drop 20k at absolute worst. And then, and it's heyday, it's giving 2 cards 10k for 1, which is great in red. I think this is just a great card.
Wow.
So good.
All right. So we got C plus, B, and B plus. Sick. Dispo, 1-drop 15k plus 5k combo. When KO'd, choose up to one of your opponent's battle cards, and it gets minus 5k power for the turn. This looks like an F.
Yeah, this is like a solid F.
Yeah.
This card's just bad. There's zero reason to play this.
Don't put this in your deck.
Yeah, like when you think about it, it's got the same stats as the Tupper, except that it's got only 5k combo power. But just on KO abilities are not good in this game.
Yeah,
I'll
no.
die on that hill.
This is really bad. All right, next. This guy's name is just Kai.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he's a
Like,
Supreme Kai.
Supreme
It's
Kai
Supreme
named Kai?
Kai. It's
Said
Kai,
that in
the
my
Supreme
video,
Kai.
too.
What?
So A tier naming, but the problem with this
Sure.
card is it's just a top 5 searcher. It finds 4-drop Jiren, and that's going to be the best thing about this card.
Okay.
It's like a C. It's a
Well, I mean,
searcher. It's a C.
Yeah, this looks
It
like a
hits most-
solid C. Yeah.
Yeah, it hits most things that you're going to be running in a Jiren Pride Trooper deck. So, like, yeah, I'd say C plus.
Doesn't hit Macarena.
I mean,
It doesn't grab
true.
Makarita, and also it doesn't grab itself, which is
Yes.
a problem.
Sort of like the basal restriction. Yeah, makes sense. But yeah, this is fine. Yeah, C,
it's a
C plus.
super
You're
card.
right. I think Phil's right. C plus. All right. Dispo, 2-drop 20k plus 5k combo, permanent. If this card would be removed from your battle area by your opponent, you may place 1 card from your life in its owner's drop instead. When attacking, choose up to one of your opponent's battle cards with 5k power or less and KO it. Interesting.
So I don't hate this. I really don't hate this card. I don't think it's particularly great.
I don't think this is
But
very good.
Yeah, I don't hate it. Like, it's cool to play like on 2 and then swing and kill like the cantrip they played if you went first. Like, that's kind of neat, but hit already does that. Hit takes a life. Like, I
Yeah.
just don't see a reason to play this card. I just don't hate it because it has like a really cool not once per turn self-protection, but at the cost of your life. If this was like a more relevant card, if this was like a 4 cost, like 35 or 30k with that effect, I would like this card a lot more. But since this is just some 2-drop 20k that they can just put like 12 forms of removal into, its effect is essentially non-existent. It's a cool effect just on too weak of a card.
Yeah, having to crit yourself is kind of rough though. Like I don't.
Yeah, the fact that it
like
doesn't go to
that.
hand just makes it a worse hit.
Yeah, I'm not super into it. Maybe I don't know. Maybe C. I could still see it filling a role in the Universe 11 deck. But
Yeah, it's like
C-.
playing it off casserole is pretty neat, which I think we're gonna get to. So
I don't even know
this
what that
card's
does.
like, yeah, well, it's Raccoon. We'll get to it, but yeah,
Okay.
it's like a C tier card. I don't hate it. Like if this was slightly bigger, like if this was just a bigger card, I would like it more. But the fact it's just the 20k, like if the opponent's leader couldn't attack it, I would like it a lot more. But because every leader can just swing at this and like force you to either crit a life or lose cards from your hand, I don't like producing cards like that in Jiren, so I just don't see a reason to play this. But it's still like a C tier card, especially like in sealed where it's going to kill a lot of cantrips. I
Yes.
think this is like a perfectly fine card.
Oh yeah.
Okay, so just all around C. Cool.
Yep.
Hit 2-drop 20k 5k combo when attacking. If your leader is awakened during this turn, the next time you use an extra card with cost 3 or less in Universe 6 and its special traits, you don't have to pay the cost.
This card is gas.
What does this play?
It plays Time Skip or
Time Skip,
Universe
okay.
6, like the Universe 6 top 5 searcher. Those are, I think it can also play Clash. I think.
Is Clash Universe 6?
I think Clash
It
might be.
might
It
be.
might be. Because it has like
Because it has
Teflon
Teflon on it.
Goku.
Okay.
I don't remember.
I think Clash is just
Um,
Tournament of Power.
It might just be TOP. I just don't remember.
Okay.
I know you can search it with Basil, but
But if I
Yes.
say like this card, like specifically like he said, with Time Skip, is so freaking amazing. Being able to play a 2-cost 20k body that swings, and then you get to play a free card that just gets rid of a amount of cards that add up to 35,000 is like fantastic in my opinion. This card is a B to B plus for me. It's
Wow.
awful in sealed.
cool.
It's awful in
That's
sealed.
crazy.
Give me
This
wrong.
card is essentially unplayable and sealed.
Oh,
This is like a card that I like rate based on the leader. Essentially, like I think Beerus will get a lot more value out of this than the other leaders will, because like he doesn't really mind boarding this and getting the time skip on top of leader effect lets him kill Broly. So it's basically 2 mana kill Broly, which is really good.
I just don't want to put any extras in my red decks.
Yeah, that's like the problem. It's like this is
Yeah.
to me this is like a C plus card in Beerus.
So
Like, at best.
maybe I'm hyping it up a bit because I think that we're slowly but surely getting an amalgamation of really good Universe 6 cards that will really get their peak when we finally get a Universe 6 leader. And
Yeah, but
I'm ready
we gotta
for
rate
that.
the card. Yeah, but we gotta rate the card not on cards that don't exist yet. We gotta
Fine.
rate the card based on cards that exist right now.
fine. I still say
He can
B.
rate them however he wants to rate them, Cody.
All right, fine. He can call it. This is like a C. This is like a solid like C plus maybe.
Yeah, it's a C. I don't like this card.
No, it's like
Ew.
it's cool in Beerus.
I just
then-
hate playing extras in my red decks.
I mean, that's fair.
But
You know,
Is there
you like
another
Flash
3-drop
Goku.
besides time skip? Or is that the
I
only
think
one?
it's just time skip.
Okay.
it has
Alright,
to
so-
be a Universe 6 card.
Yeah,
Yes,
it has to
yeah.
be specifically Universe 6.
So this could just scale well based on whatever else we get. So yeah, I could see this being fine later on, but I don't see it doing much now. All right. Well, Phil, you said that's a B, right?
I'm gonna lower it down to C plus.
Oh no, you can't do that.
Well, because like, okay, you know what? I'll stick with it. B, because
There
I
we
think it'll
go.
be good in the future.
All right, perfect. I love it. When this card is really good, we're gonna come back to this video.
I'm gonna
Yep.
make a short when that happens, and I'll be like, Tarmo Tim, Cody, apologize now.
Oh no, I expect it to eventually get good. It just right now it's not.
All right, we got Belmod, 2-drop 20k, 0 combo. When attacking, choose up to one of your opponent's battle cards with 20k power or less, and it gets minus 15 power for the turn. This is just an F, right?
No, I don't think it's an F. I don't think it's particularly great. This is a good sealed card actually. Like,
No,
something to
I
keep in
think
mind.
this would be fine playing in your like draft decks.
Yeah,
But like this is not a deck. This is not a card you want to put in
No.
any constructed deck.
No,
Ever.
in constructed, this is like a D in constructed. There's some perk to being able to just he continuously neg 15s 20k or
Yeah.
less, which is like decent. He's likely gonna die. I wish he was a 25k. I
He's
really
gonna
do.
die to everything, and
Yeah.
he's dead in your hand.
He is dead in your hand.
And red
He's
has
at least,
a million amazing 2-drops. This card's just never going to.
Yeah,
do
like this
anything.
is my entire rating for this card is basically just sealed. This is like a solid C tier sealed card and like just D or F tier constructed.
That's exactly what I was gonna say, actually.
Well, perfect. All right, next. Hunshi. 2-drop, 15k, 10k combo. On play, choose up to one of your opponent's battle cards with 25k power or less, and it can't attack during your opponent's next turn. I mean, I like that this exists. That's cute.
Yeah, I
Like,
think it's like
D.
a decent.
Yeah, I don't think it's good.
Yeah,
It's like a D tier.
C minus.
I think
Maybe
it's-
like sealed.
I'm gonna say
sealed,
D
I'll give it like
plus.
Yeah, sealed. I'll give it like a D plus. I think this card is very.
Oh yeah, much better sealed than.
Sometimes
very
it's
whatever.
nice for your opponent just like not to be able to attack you. And it's a 10k combo, which I don't hate.
We are paying 2 for a 15k though. So
Yeah, that's
that
true.
feels
Bad.
awful.
Yeah. Yeah, and red, you have amazing 2-drops, and like, yeah, this card sucks. All right. Vuan?
Oh, dude, it's my boy. You got to see this guy yesterday.
I did. This card's great. 2-drop, 15k, 10k combo, blocker. On play, add up to one card from your life to your hand. Yeah, this card's really good.
I think the only
Self-awaken.
thing I like about this card is like most 2-drop blockers just get cooked by Beerus Leader. This requires Beerus Leader plus another effect or a 3-drop Gohan to kill. Just being a 15k is kind of nice, just because you get to like have that extra buffer of power, so you don't just immediately get cooked,
Mhm.
or it requires a second action to get cooked, which is okay. That's whatever. And also, if they're cooking this, they're not frying your Jirens, which you're completely happy about. So this card's just decent. It's a self-awakener. It also defends you, and I think Jiren intentionally wants to play a slightly longer game. You can play it off Casterol. We'll talk about that when we get there. This card's just okay. It's like a C tier card.
Yeah. Like at first I thought this card was really bad just because low cost blockers in this game, like Cody said, just get cooked super easily, or bottom decked or bounced. You know, they don't really have a lot of staying power. But you know, upon more time thinking about this card's it's okay. Yeah, it's not awful, not great. It's meh.
I mean, I just like that it self-awakens you and you can search it off the 1-drop.
Oh yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I like it. We got a 2-drop kettle vanilla. This is like C. It's fine.
Yeah, it's
C.
a C tier. Yep.
All right. Kefla, 3-drop, 20k, 5k combo. On play, choose up to 2 of your battle cards with Universe 6, and they get plus 5k power for the turn. That's awesome. And it's Tournament of Power, too.
I like
It is. It's cool. It's
I
like
like
a decent
this.
card. It can power itself up too, which is kind of cool.
Yeah.
So it's like it's decent, like C tier card.
Yeah, this looks like a very solid C. I'm excited to try this.
Tapo, like, was actually being played. Not Tapo, sorry. If Top Coup was actually being played, like, this card would be even more disgusting.
Well, Top Coup now gets to do a whole lot of shenanigans with the new Kaba and then some other stuff, but I think
Yeah.
Top Coup might be revived. I don't think it'll be nearly as good, but it'll at least be like a playably decent deck, I think, after this set.
Interesting.
I can see it.
Oh, wait, so this is just a C?
Yeah, it's to C.
Okay.
C plus.
How do you say this? Carcel?
Casserole.
Casserole. Love it. 3-drop, 20k, 5k combo. On play. Okay. Add up to 1 card of your life to your hand. That's good. Then play up to 1 battle. Oh, it's okay. This is Raccoon.
Yeah, that's what I was trying to say. It's just for Coom.
Yeah.
So this card's good. This is a really good card.
This is very good.
In constructed, this is like a B. In sealed, if you don't draw Pride Troopers, this card is just like a 3-drop take a life, which is bad, but like at least it's a take a life. You might need those. So if you open Pride Troopers, I think if you open like multiple kettles in this and sealed, this is like also a B tier sealed card. If you don't, this card is very bad.
I don't think it's bad. It's
so-
still a 3-drop Self-Awakener. fine.
Yeah, so it's like at best, I still think it's like a B tier card just because of its potential is
Yeah.
really high.
At worst,
It's a good card.
it's a C- in your deck if you have no other Pride Troopers, because Self Awakeners
Yeah.
are still fine.
Yeah, if you open Pride Troopers, like if you get Vwans, you get Kettles, and this guy, you're off to the races. This guy's really good because Raccoon's really good, and this card's just Raccoon with no requirements other than playing a Pride Trooper. So you don't have to keep one dude on the board. So if your board gets cleaned, you can still play this and play another guy. Like yellow decks can't do that. So this is really good. Yeah, I think this is fine.
Yeah, I'd say B tier.
Yeah, so Raccoon is just a B. This is not Raccoon because we don't have Ginyu. So this is just like B minus.
Yeah, it's like I'm in the B minus area with this card. Both sealed, both constructed. I just think it's a good card.
Okay. Now we got Kaba. 3-drop, 20k, 10k combo on play. If your leader is awakened, add up to 1 non-Kaba battle card for 4 or less and Tournament of Power and special traits from your drop to your hand. Jeez. This would have been very not fun.
Like, good lord, yeah. Imagine this in a Topku deck with all of your Keflas.
Like,
being able to just
yeah.
grab a Kefla back.
So like on 5 mana, you go, you play Kefla, play Kaba, then you get Kefla back, and then you play the Kefla for 1, and then you play like a Gohan. That's just insane. Yeah, I'm glad Kefla got axed.
Yeah,
this is insane.
Perfect example of why that card needed to get limited. As much as it sucked at the time, I had a feeling like, okay, there's going to be really good cards that probably made this card need to get hit. And this is absolutely one of those cards.
I think this is just better than 3-drop Kefla, though.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Picking up like any battle card, it
Yeah.
doesn't say like Universe 6, but picking up like any non-Kaba is really good. This picks up Gohans, this picks up Catapeslas, this picks up so many cards. This picks up Kefla, like this is fantastic. Segue, I don't believe Kefla should have been limited. I would have rather just had her errated to gain power in hand, but this card's good. It's like Topku, it's like a B. Everywhere else, I don't think it's worth playing.
I don't know. We'll see. I still think this is probably fine in like...
I think it's too weak for the stats. I think it's just like, it's not doing enough. It's probably better than just Kefla, but Kefla is already like...
Well, Kefla's still good in being played in like Beerus and like other decks. So I think this is kind of... I don't know if this fully replaces it, but it's still really good. I don't know. I think it's like a C+. I really like this card.
I think it's like C in any deck besides Topku, where I say it's like a B. It's like really good in that deck, but like C or C anywhere else, B in Topku.
Yeah, I'd say B+. I'm owning it.
B+, love it. All right, next we got 3-drop Goku, 25k, 5k combo. Oh, yeah, I like this card a lot. When attacking, if there's a battle card with 30k power or more, draw 1 card. So 1, it does not say your battle card. Any battle card.
Ooh, you're right.
And 2, this is just a 30k in U7.
Yeah. So in U7, this is just 3 energy swing 30k draw a card. That's insane. Like in U7, this is like an A+. This is an insane.
This card's
card
so
in
good.
that deck. Yeah, in U7, this is an A+ card that you're jamming 4 of these in every U7 deck coming forward. Like just straight up, this is going to be a 4 of in every U7 deck. It's just fantastic. If your opponent fails to kill it, they draw 2. That's crazy.
Yeah.
And it's a 25k, which is exactly what you want your cards to be. So on defense, it's a little bit easier to defend. The leader has to concede a card to hit it. It's just good. This is A+ card in U7, like a solid B+ in any other red deck because 30ks are super abundant.
Yeah, I think this is going to be this is a B. It's just a solid B+. I think this card's great.
Interesting though that this card is not a Tournament of Power. It's just a U7.
Oh yeah, look at that. You're right.
Which I mean, like Cody said, this card's going to go absolutely apeshit in U7 decks. But I did find it really weird that it wasn't a Tournament of Power. It's one of the few cards that we've gotten so far in this set that isn't a Tournament of Power. Hell, that 4-drop Vegeta that we got, that we'll see later on, is also a Tournament of Power.
I wonder why. Maybe this being played off of Kefla was just like too good.
Oh yeah.
Maybe that's what it was, and they just had to like change it last minute. I don't know. That's weird.
This thing it definitely deserves like a special rating for U7. I think in U7 this is absolutely like an A+. Oh,
I'm 100% trying this immediately.
Yeah.
This is the first deck I'm going to try.
Crazy. 100% this card's crazy. B plus anywhere else, A plus, U7, just a really good card. Jam 4 of it immediately.
Love it. I think this is just like a B plus. All right, Topo. 3-drop 25k. Yeah, it's just a C. Okay, cool.
See, senor.
But you can find it off your searcher, so that's cool.
Yep.
All right, Beerus. 3-drop 20k, 10k combo on play. 1 card life to your hand. Cool. Activate main. 1. Place this card in its owner's drop. If your leader has God of Destruction, play a Beerus with 35k power. This is really neat.
I think it's a good card.
This card is solid as hell.
Yeah, this is really cool.
Yeah, I think this is just a very, very good card. Like either a B or like a C plus. It's just a good card.
B plus.
Wow. Yeah, I like this a lot. I mean, obviously it's only played in one deck, but
oh yeah, hands down. But like, it's just so good being able to play a 20k body for 3, swing with it, pay 1, drop it, and then to just clear your board with a 35k body crit that then can swing in is so good.
The best way to read this is you're getting 2 attacks and reducing the cost of your 5-drop by 1. So that's like the best. You swing 20 and 35, and you paid 4 to play the 5-drop, and you also wipe your opponent's board if there are a bunch of like weenies.
And you also
this
took
means
a life.
that yellow. Yeah, this yellow has to like actually be very, very careful. Like, and now they can't hold the extra turn. That Vegeta has to get produced really fast, so they have to naturally slow down their game plan of like storming you with the Ginyu package. They must do that now because you can play this a turn earlier.
Yep.
So, this card just merely existing forces Yellow to play differently against Beerus. Not that he already had a good matchup against Beerus anyways, but you know, this card single-handedly forces the entire game to be played differently.
I love it. I'm gonna give it just a B. I think this is really good.
Yeah.
All right, we got an SR Vegeta 3-drop 20k 5k combo. When attacking, discard 2 cards from your hand. Until the end of your opponent's next turn, can't be KO'd and gets plus 30k power. Activate main once per turn. Use up to 1 of your opponent's battle cards with 25k power or less and KO it. Then KO this card. This card's great.
Yeah, because its ability, the activate main, when attacking prevents it from being KO'd from its own ability, though, correct?
Yeah, it can't kill itself.
Yeah,
so.
it's pretty neat. I think this is like really good, really good in limited. And then like constructed, I don't know if it really has a place, but like, yeah, it's fine.
This is like the first, I'm gonna say this is the first like limited sealed like all-star I think we've seen.
Yeah, this is like
this is this is an insanely good card in limited. Like I would give up 2 cards every day of the week for plus 30k and can't be KO'd in limited. Like,
and you get to kill something that
really,
turn too.
And and you're just popping like anything that was played for the most part. Like if you board this in Beerus, you just kill any 35k you want basically for just ditch 2. And even if you don't want to ditch the 2, you can just trade the Vegeta for it after it attacks. So worst case scenario, you can just play Vegeta, swing with it, and then Beerus effect, and then Vegeta, and just trade with the card that you wanted to remove. So there's always that. This card's just good. I think it's like slightly better in Beerus if you're playing constructed. This card might have a home there just because it is like 3 energy, attack your opponent and instantly kill like a 35.
Yeah, but that's the thing. Like in limited, I think this is like A-, and then constructed, this just looks like a C-.
Yeah, it's like the discard 2 has to get you a lot of value.
Yeah.
And while swinging for 50k is big, it's like you also lost 2 cards in a color that doesn't generate a lot of advantage. So I don't know. I don't think that's a very good idea. If this is like a blue card, this would be cracked, but it's not a blue card. So,
True.
This is very much just like a solid like CC- and constructed. If you're Beerus, I'll say maybe like a C+, maybe. But in limited, this is like crazy good.
Yeah, agreed. I do love the alt art. It just looks real.
Yeah, I think it looks great. I love the shirts off Vegeta, dude.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, Phil, what did you rate this?
I probably rate it the same, like CC+. I personally really hate the discard 2. Like Cody said, this, so far we haven't seen a lot of cards that generate more cards in your hand, like draw cards. So discarding 2, you can't do this repeatedly, or else you're just going to run out of resources in hand. So I'd probably say this is a good C tier card, depending on the build, but I am very much open to being wrong on this one.
Okay. Next card, we got 4-drop Topo, 25k, 5k combo. When attacking, discard 1 card from your hand, choose up to 1 of your opponent's battle cards with 25k power or less, and KO it. When KO'd, draw 2 cards. I don't know how I feel about this.
So I don't hate it. I don't also love it. I think it's probably like the most okay SR we got in red. It's like not breaking the format. It's searchable by Kai, which, I mean, if you're playing U11, you're probably playing this because you're going to be playing Kai to find your Jirens. Yep. This card's just okay. Like, it's, if you get the Jirens rolling and you have essentially infinite hand, because your hand will always be bigger than your opponent's, provided the Jirens aren't removed. Because each one just reads draw 2 cards basically every turn.
Yeah, exactly.
This cost is essentially non-existent. It literally just gets removed something every turn, and it turns out to be decent when it's doing that. But 90% of the time, this card's not going to be in that type of situation. So I give it like at limited, I'll say like C+, or in constructed C+. In limited, I'll say like a B-.
Okay. Yeah, like a lot of what Cody said. The card's good, but not amazing. It's not bad. It's good. There's a lot of cards in this set that discard card to use their abilities, which unless you get the Jirens off, multiple Jirens going, you're gonna run out of resources real quickly. The when KO'd, draw 2 sounds awesome until you think about how this card will never see the light of day if you play into blue. Because blue will just bottom deck it. And against green, oh man, this card's gonna suck. This card's gonna be great into green. It's gonna suck playing against. But into blue, this card is really nothing to worry about. Vegeta bottom decks it, Sickle bottom decks it. We're gonna have a lot of other cards that are gonna be able to bottom deck it. So getting rid of it's gonna be pretty simple. I'd say limit of like constructed. Yeah, I'd say C+, sealed. I'm gonna go B on sealed.
Okay, I'm gonna just agree with everything you said. The only thing is, I hate this alt art. I think the regular art's so much better.
Really? Man, I'm the exact opposite. I love this.
No, I'm with Tim. I like big punchy.
I like punchy. Yeah, I like that looks so cool.
Dude, I love
those should 100% be switched.
Oh man, I love just all like the dark electricity forming around him, and he's about to shove that Hakai ball straight up his ass.
Bro, he's over here. He's like diabetes.
He does look like Wilford Brimley.
Speaks for the trees.
Oh jeez. All right. We got Jiren. We've been talking about this a lot. 4-drop 30k, 0 combo, permanent. Can't be KO'd once per turn. Insane.
True.
Activate battle opponent's turn once per turn. Take a damage. This is in rest mode. Add the top card of your deck to your life. This card's insane.
Yeah. Just absolutely nuts. This is the card that's going to be what Jiren bases his entire deck build around. Getting one of these is going to be an issue. Getting 2 of these on board is going to be just even more ridiculous. Except if you're playing blue. It's another 4 cost that's going to get bottom decked super easily. Blue players are going to save all of their sickles or all of their removal pieces for this card specifically. Topo, yeah, you're going to want to get rid of that, but this card in particular, they're going to hold all their removal pieces because they do not want to see this card be played. But against green and yellow and other red decks, this card is ridiculous.
Yeah, I just think Jiren is going to have a really hard time against blue in general. But this card's just so cracked.
I think Jiren's matchup into blue is like remotely okay. Having the extra defense against blue really helps. And you can always lean into like the casserole play line, which is good into blue because they only have like a 7-card hand. So each individual attack, more attacks is better against blue than big attacks.
Right.
Yeah.
So like Jiren has a way to adapt and play through blue's removal. Ideally, you want the Jirens to eat the removal, or you want the casseroles to eat the removal so that you can actually board the Jirens. Do keep in mind that Jiren is still going to be a 30k swing on them, and you've already talked about potentially casseroling the turn prior and getting multiple attacks into them. I don't think the matchup is as badly skewed as a lot of people are making it out to be, but it's definitely not a matchup he would prefer to see literally any other color.
Yeah.
But But this card is so insanely powerful that it literally reads, "The game is now different" as soon as it hits the board.
Yeah. Agreed.
If you can't remove this, you are losing. Like, you're just flat out losing. Black can get rid of it. Black has like, it can bounce it to your hand with Pan, but it's still like, they're just putting the Jiren back, and if the Pan ever gets cooked, like, you can't produce another one, suddenly it's a problem. So I mean, black and blue both can deal with this card fairly well. Red can deal with it, but it's usually a bigger investment because red doesn't like full minus 30 Ks anymore. It'll usually like a minus plus a KO effect, or a minus plus attacking it. And when you have cards in the constructed like Saved by a Barrier, where you literally cannot kill this card in battle at all, no matter what you do, this card's an absolute monster. Like I said, if you're not blue, this card literally reads basically win the game. It draws 2 cards every turn. When your opponent even tries to attack you, you get to freely defend that attack because you don't have to concede any cards in your hand to block it, because of your leader permanent, and it's being activated by this guy.
Yep.
This card's just crazy. Like, this card's absolutely crazy. This is like an A tier card, like A for sure. In Jiren, like in any other deck, you wouldn't play this, but in Jiren, it's an A tier. And then like in limited, if you're playing Jiren, if you got Jiren, you're grabbing every copy of this that you see. So I mean, like, yeah, if you're Jiren, this is also like an A plus tier card in limited, because very few decks will be able to actually get this thing off the board that aren't blue.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I agree. This is an A. Yeah, it's just an A.
Yeah.
Man, can I say one thing about the alt art though? Like, I love everything about it except for his face.
His mouth's like, ah!
Yeah, his mouth is weird. You're right. I didn't notice that until you said that. You're right. It is
Oh man,
very
I just
weird.
realized this. We've got like closed mouth Jiren and open mouth Jiren.
Audible.
I'm not a
gasp.
fan. I'm not a fan.
All right. Then we got super combo. This is a C.
Yep, just to
Neat.
see. Cannot even
It
search.
does
Well, no
super
extra
combo
benefit.
things.
Yeah, it's just like whatever. Okay, double cannon maximum. 1 drop. Extra. Activate battle. Choose your leader. 1 of your battle cards. 15k power for the battle. If you have 3 or more cards of Pride Trooper, wait, what? In your special traits among your leader and battle cards gets 5k power for the turn. Oh, I thought this was going to be bonds. This is not bonds.
No, this is not bonds. It's 15k, and then if you have the bonds condition fulfilled, essentially, which isn't really like a condition, but if you're meeting the 3 card requirement, it also beans your leader, so you become 30 for the turn, which is okay. I think this card sucks.
Yeah, I'm not into it. It's D.
No, yeah, it's like a D tier card.
I'd say D plus. I can see maybe running like 1 or 2 of it in Jiren, but not like in anything else.
You're already playing 4 Saved by a Barrier. There's no way you can fit this in there too.
Dang it, that's fair.
All right, Sphere of Destruction, 2 drop. Activate main. Choose 1 of your opponent's battle card, 25k power or less. KO it. Then, if your opponent's life is at 4 or more, deal 1 damage to your opponent. Yeah, I think this card is really neat.
I think it's neat.
Yeah.
I like that
It's-
this exists.
Yeah, it's just a 2 cost. Like, you could play it as soon as your turn too, and get rid of whatever your opponent just played, and burning them for 1. Like, yeah, do you want to do that very often?
You guys
Not
are over
really.
here at the small brain strategy, okay? This card is an S plus. And I'm only saying this as a joke because I really hate Broly, and you can cast this on Broly when he has 4 life.
Dude, and then
putting
Broly's
him
at
to
2.
3, and then he has to awaken at
Yeah.
2. Like,
That
this
is
card
very
is
funny.
so funny. It's not really an S plus. This is like a C. It's okay.
Yeah, it's a C.
Like, yeah, it
Yeah.
just kills like a 25k. But no, this card's cool because like its interaction with Broly specifically to me. It's just C and constructed like B minus C plus and limited. Like, it's fine.
Yep. I like
got
that
a
you can
neat
search this.
ability.
Yeah, it's searchable and it's removal. So
Yup.
All right, it's over. 2 drop. You have a battle card, 30k power or more. Choose all of your opponent's battle cards, 25k power or less, and KO them.
Whew.
I don't know what to think
Yeah.
about this. This was spoiled a while ago, and I
This is
still
a
have
hard
no
card to
idea how to rate this.
It's
So-
it's a Beerus. Like, it's a 2 cost crit Beerus. Just you don't get the body.
Yeah.
I'll put it this way: if we had sideboards, U7 would side this.
Oh, for
yeah.
sure.
A million percent.
Yeah, I
a
agree.
million
I
percent.
agree.
Like, this is like a card that's like really good, but I don't think it's a card that you could afford to ever main board.
Yeah, I just
U7
like don't want to play a 2 cost extra card in any of my U7 decks, like ever.
Yeah, like this is a really powerful effect. Like, there are some games where if you play this, like if you're a U7 and you boarded a dude and then you activate this, you like win the game. Like there's plenty of matchups where that's the case.
Mhm.
But then it's like the times you're gonna lose because you drew this and it wasn't like any amount of combo power, or the times that you lose because you took a life and it was this. Like, it's gonna suck. You were already playing like maybe 1 or 2 extras anyways, because we played God Kamehameha to deal with like really specific cards, and
Yep.
this card doesn't even deal with the cards that you're playing God Kamehameha for. It's probably just not worth running, but I do think this card is good. It's just probably not its time.
Yeah, that's probably C.
Yeah, it's like a C tier card.
Yeah, I can see that. I agree.
All right, I think this is our last red card. 5-drop, greatest showdown of all time. Activate main. Choose up to one of your opponent's battle cards, gets minus 20k power for the turn. Then play up to one battle card, costs 4 or less, and universe in its special traits from your hand. That's interesting. So this could be any universe card?
Yeah, this could play any
This could
card
play
with the
Kefla.
universe. So Universe 7, Universe 6, Universe 11, any of those. It can play all of them. I think this card sucks.
Yeah, you're
I think
never
this card's
playing a
actually-
5-drop. Yeah, this sucks.
No, I think this card
really
is an
bad.
F. This
Yeah.
is like an F minus. This might be the worst card in the set. Farmer with Shotgun is going to be a better card than this.
I agree. All right. Yeah, this is an F. Phil?
Yeah, I can. The best way I can look at it is for 1 extra energy, you get to, give something minus 20k. Because you're gonna play that 4 cost anyway, so you're getting the 4 cost body for 4, but just for 1 extra energy, you're getting something minus 20 plus playing that body you were already gonna spend 4 to play. If you look at it like that, yeah, it's okay, but in the big picture, yeah, it's not good.
Yeah, but then you can just be playing like Mafuba instead. And that does
Right.
essentially the same thing, right?
Right, exactly. So with the card pool we have right now, yeah, this is an F.
Yep. All right. Thank you all for watching. Thank you to Phil and Cody for doing this with me. Really appreciate it, guys.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, no problem.
My pleasure.
Phil's channel will be in the description below. Don't forget to go sub to him. And yeah, I will catch you in the next one. Peace.